John, unlucky not to take something from Tannadice on Wednesday. What's the mood been like in the camp since the boys have come back in after that game?
I felt we played very well at Tannadice, but our decision making cost us. I felt we gave as good as we got, passed the ball, possibly a better team in the second half. Self-inflicted goals, and it's just decision making in terms of touch, passing and all that stuff. But that's the way we train. We train, short, sharp, quick, below head height, two touch. That's what I see football. I keep saying that to the boys. I can get a couple of the mates from back home, get them fit as a fiddle, and they can kick the ball up the park as far as they can. Footballers, and I've said that to Nick Ross this morning. See when you were a kid, Nick, how did you train? How did you practice? I said, you just kick it and go and get it and kick it again. I practiced in the street. I said, oh, did you? He said, what did you? He says, against the wall. I said, why did you practice against the wall? He says, because it kept coming back to me. It's because you wanted the ball all the time. It's actually on a football pitch. You pass it to get it back. You use your teammates as a wall, boom, boom, get it back. And that's the way we train. So we're not going to train one way and play a different way. But it's finding the balance and it's decision making. And all credit to the boys. They're a pleasure to work with. All my job is I try to make them a better player individually, collectively, play a style of football. When it's good, it's good. Aberdeen away, Ross County, Hearts even here. Somebody says to me that's the best he's seen Inverness play. Hearts, although it was 0-0. And we just need to keep believing it and stick with it. But just make sure our decision making's spot on. We pick the team with the best intentions to go and win a football match. We've got 8 games to go, 8 massive games. And let me stress this, the team's been brilliant. We've got that National Cup final, we went very close. We've got a top 6. I'd rather be where we are now and where Partick Thistle, the team we played last week, where you find just when we put pressure on them, you see a wee bit trepidation in their game, and where St Mirren are, so take my hat off to the boys, different class. 8 games to go to create history. First time in the club's history to take the team into Europe. So we need to keep going, we need to roll the sleeves up and go again. It's been a hard programme, but we cannot feel sorry for ourselves, cannot sit back and rest on our laurels. And I've put that to the dressing room, and it's up to these guys, to come up with answers and make sure that we go and win football matches. And if we go and do that and play with a desire and a passion and an energy and pass the ball and pass it quicker. And keep playing with the way we're playing, and hopefully that'll be the case. The funny thing is, when we play well, we seem to we get beat. When we don't play so well, Partick Thistle, especially the first half, we win football matches. And you're banging the head against the wall saying, oh come on. But it's just finding the balance. That's not taking nothing away from just mixing your game up, as we did a wee bit second half against Partick Thistle, got up on the seconds. But as I say, they all sit, you can see them, they're wide-eyed, they take it on board, and I feel for them, Or Dino kicked the ball against the boy, where sure maybe I've kicked that one up the park, you try to play it out, and that's decision making. What we've got to do, line them up against the wall? No, because someone, see Dean Brow, someone got us 3 points a week before against Partick Thistle. They had 2 wonderful saves in the first half, it went unnoticed, or someone that we say, we expect that. So sometimes it's give and go, but it's something that we'll look at. The boys, as I say, they cannot be too hard on themselves, but I'd like to think in that dressing room that the message is loud and clear. You say, come on, let's go and get it. Let's go and give it a right good go.
When you look at parts of the Dundee United game, Marley hit one which looks like, when television replay suggests it did cross the line. Billy's went close at the end as well, so fine margins, but I suppose the positive for you is you keep creating chances and the guys just keep playing the football that they know they can play, and hopefully the goals will start to come and someone will get a kind of hammering.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully that'll be the case. Hopefully that'll be the case Saturday. But where we are and what we're looking at as a staff, you're constantly watching DVDs of the games, you're analysing, you're watching them training, you're seeing who's fresh, all that stuff, and you pick the team, and when I first come over the suspensions and injuries, we've seen the emergence of Danny Williams and Paulie and all these guys, and you're saying to yourself, and that's really made the squad stronger. These guys are now going up the food chain, and you're saying to yourself, your competition for places is good and it's healthy. But then again, sometimes when we go and play a 4-4-2, we're so vulnerable. And we get done for 5 against Celtic and done for 5 against Dundee United. So you bottle it back up, keep yourself in a game again, and then you can open up later on. And that's roughly where we are. And yet, then once again, we see an emergency young Ryan Christie. He's a talent. I've been in football a long time. This boy's a right talent. And I've just been nursing him, giving him a taste of it here and there, and just watching him very close. But it's not too long before we have to start him. He's at that stage. That's his next stage. And what I'm doing, I don't think there's any jealousy, but what it's doing is it's letting everybody know that he's probably overtaken. I need to get going again. I need to move, take my levels up. And it's great. He's a local kid. Along with Paulie, come on the second half there.
Goal he scored too.
Great goal, first senior goal. And Nick Ross. And they've been well coached because they can all manipulate and look after the football, pass it, get it back and all that stuff. And that's what I want. And so it's no long before these guys. Nick might find himself hard done by sitting on the bench, but he needs to show me that I'm not accepting that. And it's the way you train, the way you conduct yourself, the way you train, the way you go about your business, and make sure that jersey stay with you. And it's only, I can only be fair to these guys and give them the opportunity. And as I say, these guys for starting is not too far away, and I'm quite sure if they do start, they'll get great support for the supporters first and foremost, because there's local boys. There's nothing better than seeing your own make their way in the first team. They're lovely lads, no egos, really great values, grounded people, and they can play. And if they make a mistake getting on the ball and passing it, try to do it right, so what? At least they're trying to play football properly. Let them go and express themselves. And as I say, it might be Saturday, we're sitting there, we're looking at it, and if that is the case, hopefully they can, good man of the match performances, and we can pick up the 3 points.
A similar game to last week, in the form that Partick Thistle and St Mirren are in the same kind of predicament in the league, and again you'll be on your guard to look out for a St Mirren side who'll be desperate for the 3 points just as much as Cali Thistle.
Yeah, and by all accounts they've been playing very well. We had them watched the other night there against St Johnstone. They've done not too bad. They were beating Dundee United 2-0 up at Tannadice. But it's all about us. If we go and play with that, that's it. If we go and play, and there's pressure there, but I'd rather be where we are. The pressure that we've got going for a European spot, and we're in St Mirren. So you have to devaluate that pressure, and you have to so much that you have to go out and express yourself, play with a smile on your face. I see them training. Honestly, and I say that, come down and watch these guys pass and move at training. I'm not going to train one way and play football a different way. And because we make a mistake, we need to encourage them to go and get on the ball, manipulate the ball. And as I keep saying this, it's football, foot to ball, ball to foot. It's no hoofball, we need to get on it. But it's just mixing it that wee bit, and just finding that balance. And no, everyone in the team, we need a goal scorer, we need a crosser. We need guys that have got to dig it out and get it to these guys that can go and happen. We need defenders, but in general, no matter what position you play, you're a footballer, you need to look after that football and pass it to your own teammate. And that's the message I'm really trying to hammer home even more than most, because we've been playing really well and not getting results, and one or two of them might be no, that's where you go again, you keep believing in it. And all credit to them. The way they train and go about their business, it gets me out my bed in the morning, because they're a great bunch of boys to be around, that's for sure. They've never let me down. They've never let me down since I've seen us play. Not too great at times, but we're always in a game. I've seen us playing great, not getting what we deserve. And over the last month or so, I've seen us playing great, not getting results, playing poorly, getting a result. We just need to keep digging in there, and we owe it to each other. We owe it to each other, because I see them in the dressing room, the demands, the way they train, the way they conduct themselves, the way their lifestyle, the way, as I say, the way they train, the way they get in about it. We owe it to each other to give that European shot a right good go. And as I say, I can only put the team out with all the best intentions to go win a football match, and I'm not passing it. It's up to these guys to say, I'll show you. That's what winners are all about, show the character. That when that pressure's there and there's a prize at the end of it, you go that extra mile to go and get it. And that's it. That's what I'm putting in that dressing room, and hopefully we'll come up trumps. And if we don't, It will not be for the want of trying. You don't have to lambast these guys, because these guys give you everything they've got. They lambast each other, they get into each other, you know, if it's no good enough. And as I say, they're a pleasure to work with. But wouldn't it be great if we got that European spot? So I say that to all the fans, we're not going to sit back and rest on our laurels. You know, I can sit here, I can talk to you all day, I can be positive. Proofs on the puddings out on that pitch. That's where you do your talking. That's where you do your talking, your performances. Hopefully that'll be the case on Saturday. And if it's no, you need to sit back, analyse it. And eventually football evolves. It evolves, and if it's not these guys and we're not getting it consistently, then it's somebody else. But and that's roughly what's going on right at this moment in time in the whole of the football. We're looking at it, we're nursing it through. Even through all that, I have to say that it was our job as well to get Richie come back for a real horrendous injury. James Vincent come back for a bad injury. It's our time, it was our job to give them game time, pick and choose, off and on, to get them back to their best. And they're just about there, so hopefully Richie's carrying a wee bit of a knee problem at the moment. Hopefully he's, you know, the reason I'm saying that as well is close season, you go away, you take your rest, you still train, you come back, you do all your pre-season, you're flying, you're fit. Trust me, it still takes you 6 games to find just that wee bit till you're in your groove. So them coming back for that injury, they're probably about 6-7 games in now. And it's important we played their part, and hopefully from now to the end of the season, these guys can stay injury free and we see them at their best.
How is the injury to Richie? Picked up a wee one on?
It's just a wee, it's just what's
so
happening, it's a wee floating, just a wee bit of floating bone in you. And if it stays dormant, then it's not a problem, it can play for the next 10 years. But when it floats about and gets into the knee and just get into the hinge and catches, it just locks on him. When it locks on him, it gives way on him. And that's it. He'll probably have to eventually get a wee flush out and cleaned out, but he can wake up in the morning and just feel great, and hopefully that'll be the case. If it is the case, then he'll come into the selection. You know, and that's it. What I keep saying to these boys, you know, these boys need to keep driving it forward. Can't keep coming for me all the time. You need to keep driving. I'm painting a picture to your listeners, to your watchers. I'm painting a picture, and that's where we are at this. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, but we'll keep battering in to go and be entertaining, right good football team, and a bit of everything, you know, a bit of everything. And listen, we're going to make mistakes, as Dean Brill did the other day there, so what? You know, I see the way the guy conducts himself. We come in, first thing he says, sorry lads, I let you down, you know, and it's decision making. But what do? You don't take the ball, you hide. You're not going to win a football match if you don't take the ball and hide behind the opposition players so you can't get it. You need to go and express yourself. You need to give your teammate angles, you need to your touch, your pass, your move, and when you lose it, just go and get it back. And that's what we've been working on training. So, you know, that's a message I'm putting out there to all the supporters. That's what's going on at your club. Absolutely, boys. You know, we're determined to go and get that European spot.
Cheers, John.
Okay, cheers.
Thanks for that.